Welcome to the History in Focus channel. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss more videos like this one.
Although this weapon attachment looks like something straight out of a cartoon, believe it or not, it worked. Invented by the Germans during World War II, it consisted of a curved barrel fitted to the tip of a rifle, allowing soldiers to shoot around corners or barriers without exposing themselves. In this image, Nikola Tesla is seen serenely reading amid giant sparks beside his great invention and ambition, the magnifying transmitter, in Colorado Springs in 1899. This device aimed to wirelessly transmit energy to homes and represented Tesla's unfulfilled dream. He often displayed a noble and forward-thinking vision by attempting to provide free and accessible electricity to everyone. This unusual invention was the gun camera. Its functionality was peculiar. It was activated by pressing the trigger as if shooting, but instead of firing a bullet, it captured photos. The device was rather peculiar given that it needed to be pointed at people, which likely startled many individuals. The rocket-propelled bicycles represented a daring attempt to combine extreme speed with technological innovation. In a photograph from 1931, a German engineer is seen adjusting his creation, fitted with 12 rockets on the rear wheel, in an ambitious pursuit of a new mobility milestone. The project ended dramatically. After reaching about 55 miles per hour, the engineer lost control and was thrown off while the bicycle exploded shortly after. Fortunately, he suffered only minor injuries. This invention can be considered ingenious, taking advantage of basic physics principles. It was a solar cigarette lighter that used a magnifying glass to focus sunlight on the tip of the cigarette. Ideal for avoiding matches or lighter fuel, the idea was sustainable but impractical. The process took too long to work, making it ineffective for daily use. Newton would certainly applaud the scientific application but lament its purpose. This was another attempt to create an amphibious car, this time tested by the President of the United States himself. In this image, President Lyndon B. Johnson drives an amphicar on April 10, 1965. This German-origin vehicle was designed to operate on both land and water produced during the 1960s. However, its limited functionality kept it as more of a curiosity of the time. This curious single-wheeled motorized motorcycle was developed in Italy in 1931 and reached an impressive top speed of 93 miles per hour. Although innovative, its limited stability and high risk of accidents made it more of a technological curiosity than a practical means of transportation for the time. The Dynasphere, a futuristic monowheel motorcycle, was tested in 1932 in the United Kingdom by John Archibald Purves and his son. Powered by both gasoline and electricity, it could reach speeds of up to 48 kilometers per hour. However, its design posed unexpected challenges. Beyond its towering 3-meter height, it suffered from a phenomenon called gerbling, where sudden braking or acceleration could throw the driver inside the wheel, much like a hamster spinning uncontrollably. This was the flying platform, developed for military purposes. The device was designed to allow quick mobility over difficult terrains and is seen being tested at an Air Force base in 1955. Powered by propellers, the platform aimed to serve as a practical solution for individual transportation in combat, but its instability and limited load capacity reduced its military utility. The penny farthing, with its oversized front wheel and tiny rear wheel, defined the 1870s as a hallmark of innovation. Designed to offer greater speed, it wasn't called penny farthing until the end of its era in 1891. Eugene Meyer is credited as its inventor, having patented adjustable wire-spoked wheels in 1869. Despite its elegance, its instability led to its decline by the 1890s. This invention was an early version of a videophone. It was a visionary attempt to anticipate visual communication as we know it today. The device displayed a preloaded image of the person intended to be called, simulating a face-to-face interaction. Though rudimentary, it marked the first steps toward the technology we now take for granted. In this image, this curious invention became popularized as the television glasses. Developed in 1963, the device featured small screens close to the eyes, providing an individual and pleasurable entertainment experience. However, despite its innovation, the design likely caused discomfort due to the excessively close proximity of the screens to the eyes. This individual mini-submarine was a bold invention designed for underwater adventures. Compact and innovative, it allowed one person to explore beneath the surface. However, its operation required significant courage, as its stability and waterproofing were questionable. Records do not confirm if users managed to keep their feet dry during its use. This somewhat innovative hat was also a functional radio. Equipped with an antenna and embedded controls, it allowed users to listen to broadcasts hands-free. Despite its creativity, its eccentric design and weight limited its popularity in the United States in 1931. This experimental flying bicycle prototype was a bold English attempt to combine land and air transportation. Equipped with wings attached to the frame, the project sought to enable flight using the cyclist's power. Despite the creativity, a lack of technology and adequate aerodynamics prevented this invention from ever taking off. These were the glow-in-the-dark tires launched by Goodyear in 1961. Made of translucent synthetic rubber and illuminated by internal lamps mounted on the wheel rim, they caught attention with their futuristic appearance. However, their high cost, impracticality, and vulnerability to damage relegated them to experimental status. This device, an invention of the past, can be considered the precursor to modern hair dryers. It operated with a hood connected to a base that blew warm air, allowing people to dry their hair conveniently. Although efficient for its time, the less portable design was quickly replaced by the devices we know today. During World War II, the British Army employed this curious disguise of military equipment as elephants in India. While it seems crude by today's standards, the goal was to camouflage vehicles in areas populated by these animals, making them harder for enemies to detect. This diving suit, nicknamed the Iron Man, was created in 1907 in New York City. Designed to withstand high-pressure depths, it was equipped with electrical systems for operation and protection. Despite its advanced design for the time, the suit was heavy and limited in mobility, making it impractical for prolonged use. The pocket cigarette case, launched in 1940, was a curious invention for smokers who wanted to monitor their cigarette supply. The case featured two compartments, each activated by separate buttons, one for personal use and another for offering cigarettes to friends. The idea was to track how many cigarettes were borrowed, allowing the owner to evaluate generosity or limit future requests. The Sea Shoes, created by M.W. Hulton, were aquatic footwear shaped like flippers, designed to propel users in the water. Demonstrated at the Grand Union Canal, they were intriguing but impractical and never achieved commercial success. This miraculous invention, known as the sunning chair, was created in 1964 by Marne Smith, a 10-year-old girl, and was designed to prevent neck pain while sunbathing and reading at the same time. Despite its practicality, the invention was not commercially viable and never gained popularity. The chain smoker was a bold invention by Francis Richards, consisting of a device capable of lighting and smoking an entire pack of cigarettes simultaneously. Created as a joke, it was never intended for mass production, but ended up attracting attention for its irony. In this image, Robert C. Ter conducted a demonstration flight with his jetpack in Fort Myer, Virginia, on June 10, 1969. Despite the fascination with flight technology, the device faced practical limitations, particularly regarding fuel consumption and safety issues, making it unfeasible for widespread use. Although economical, this invention is one of the most bizarre and strange. It functioned as a bath cap that blew air while you walked, drying your hair on the move. While practical for those in a rush or unable to afford a hairdryer, to avoid awkward situations, simpler alternatives like bathing the night before or waking up earlier might be more sensible choices. These snowstorm masks were a curious invention created to protect the face from strong winds and snow in Montreal, Canada, in 1939. Made of transparent plastic, they provided a barrier against harsh weather, allowing people to maintain visibility and avoid the discomfort of snow hitting their faces. Known as the car phone, this was a groundbreaking innovation in 1957. Demonstrated by engineer James A. Craig in Clifton, New Jersey, the two-way radio telephone system allowed calls to be made directly from vehicles without human supervision. The equipment was pioneering, integrating car calls into local telephone company networks and marking a milestone in the evolution of mobile communication. The motorized boots by NSU, also known as roller shoes, were motorized shoes designed to facilitate individual movement and urban transit in the mid-1950s. Equipped with small motors, they promised an innovative mode of personal transportation for the time, although they occasionally caused traffic accidents. This experimental gyrocopter was an innovative attempt to create a compact and accessible flying vehicle. Designed for individual use, it combined simple construction with the concept of helicopters. Despite being functional, it faced technical challenges related to safety and stability, as there was no protective enclosure for users. The cat meow machine was a mechanical device that emitted meows 10 times per minute, with eyes that lit up with each sound. Developed and created in Japan in 1963, its purpose was to scare away rats and mice. However, its effectiveness was questionable, as the rodents often ignored the sounds after becoming accustomed to them. This experimental raft, designed to be attached to a motorcycle, allowed the vehicle to travel on water using engine rotation. Though innovative, the idea was peculiar and faced practical limitations, such as stability and efficiency, which led to its low popularity. The double bicycle, an unusual variation of the traditional tandem bike, was designed to provide a more social experience. Each rider had their own handlebars and pedals, allowing direct interaction. While interesting, its impractical design limited efficiency, making it more of a curiosity than a widely adopted innovation. The double ender was a pipe designed for two people to share simultaneously. Although it was a curious idea, it failed to gain popularity due to the discomfort of sharing such a close contact object, as well as its unhygienic and awkward design. The multiple shaving machine, created in the 19th century, was a curious attempt to save time by shaving multiple men simultaneously. With fixed blades operating together, the device lacked adjustments to fit each individual's unique facial shape, often resulting in ineffective and unsafe shaves. These limitations quickly rendered the invention obsolete. These seemed practical at first glance, life jackets made from repurposed bicycle tubes created in Germany in 1925. The idea was to provide a practical and accessible solution for flotation. However, although functional, their peculiar design and discomfort limited their adoption, making them more of a curiosity than a revolutionary invention. This device was known as the breast washer. Developed in the 1930s, it was a machine designed to massage and wash women's breasts. Considered strange and unnecessary by most women, the product never gained a foothold in the market and was quickly forgotten. This remarkable invention was the shaving robot, an automated assistant designed to shave. Despite appearing innovative, the prototype frequently malfunctioned, causing cuts and skin irritation. Considered dangerous and unreliable, it became more of a technological curiosity than a practical tool for daily use. Would you trust such a delicate task to a robot? This invention was known as the hearing enhancer. It consisted of two outward-facing bowls designed to amplify and improve hearing. It is easy to understand why they were discontinued, but the real question is, would you use a device like this? The V-shaped bed was designed to revolutionize comfort and body alignment during sleep. In this image, Evelyn Myers tries out the invention, patented in 1930. Joseph Pilates, the inventor and renowned for his fitness techniques, believed traditional beds failed to provide adequate support for the back, arms, and legs. The butter stick was one of the most well-received inventions of its time, perhaps because many could imagine using it, at least in theory. Perfect for moments when a knife is missing or there is no time to spread butter on toast, it works like a glue stick, but with butter. This invention was known as the automatic tip solicitor, an unusual device consisting of an artificial hand connected to a money box, created by Russell E. Oakes in 1955. The device automatically solicited tips and displayed a no-sale message if the amount was insufficient. Considered rude and inelegant, it never gained acceptance and was soon forgotten by the public. The spaghetti spinners, created by French inventor Alain Dam in 1968, were designed to automatically twirl pasta, making it easier to eat. Despite the innovative idea, the utensil proved impractical, as consumers preferred to twirl spaghetti manually, and the product was not commercially successful. The cyclomer, considered the first amphibious bicycle in the world, was equipped with metal floats and designed to operate both on land and water. The model sought to expand the utility of traditional bicycles, but despite its innovation, it did not achieve popularity due to stability and practicality issues, becoming more of a technological curiosity than a functional means of transportation for its time. This was the hip trimmer that promised to shed inches off the waist effortlessly. The vibrating belt, developed in the 1920s, shook the body with the promise of reducing measurements and toning. Despite its popularity at the time, these devices faced numerous controversies years later, with companies being fined for making exaggerated and false fitness claims. In this photo, a man tests his bizarre listening device with two giant horns, used to capture distant sounds, in a field in Washington, D.C. in 1921. Developed before the invention of radar, it was an important tool for detecting aircraft and sounds over long distances, aiding in security and military research. The rainy day cigarette holder was an accessory created to protect cigarettes from rain. Featuring a design with an elongated holder and a cover to keep them dry, the invention was curious but impractical. Its clumsy shape and difficulty of use ultimately prevented its commercial success. These were the rain protectors for shoes. Designed as small fixed umbrellas, they aimed to shield elegant footwear from water. Despite their creativity, they were considered unattractive and strange, deterring public interest and leading to the product's abandonment. This was especially designed for coffee lovers. Dashboard coffee makers were curious devices that emerged as a practical solution for drivers. Installed on car dashboards, they could make coffee, heat soups, boil eggs, and warm water. Despite offering convenience, safety concerns and potential distractions while driving prevented their popularization. This tape measure-shaped belt was designed to constantly measure the waist, helping monitor weight gain. With a simple and practical idea, it allowed users to track body changes immediately, but it did not gain popularity due to its lack of subtlety in design. This might be the most useful invention on this list. Periscope glasses, launched in 1936, were created for those who love reading while lying down without discomfort. They allowed readers to see their book without lifting their head, avoiding strain and neck pain. Though they may look strange, they are still used by avid readers to this day. The feet brush, created as an innovative solution for homemakers, allowed scrubbing the floor while performing other activities, such as reading. Brushes were attached to the feet, turning natural movements into cleaning. Despite the ingenious idea, the device was uncomfortable, impractical, and required significant effort to clean effectively, preventing widespread adoption. This multifunctional tie was created for those who like to always be prepared, featuring multiple pockets to store small items. While practical in theory, carrying extra weight around the neck could be uncomfortable for many, which led to the invention being discontinued. With this practical invention from the 1950s, homemakers could precisely measure the weight and quantity of ingredients directly with a spoon that featured an integrated scale in the handle. Compact and functional, it eliminated the need for larger scales or extra measuring tools, streamlining the cooking process. Who would have imagined that the cure for a cold could involve exposure to radiation? That was the belief in 1928 when the solar bath apparatus was invented. The device enclosed the user's head in a metal drum, delivering therapeutic ultraviolet rays to alleviate sinus infections and ear, nose, and throat ailments. Despite initial promise, limited effectiveness and the risks of radiation sealed its fate. The bald polishers were brushes designed specifically for bald men. The innovative design included bristles to brush the remaining strands of hair and a felt pad to gently massage the scalp. While creative, the invention did not become popular due to its limited use and perception as more of a novelty than a practical tool. Among the most bizarre inventions, this was the anti-distraction helmet. Launched in 1925, it was created to improve focus by blocking sound and vision, reducing noise by up to 95%. Despite its innovation, it was widely criticized for its strange design, making users seem completely disconnected from reality. Monopod seats were portable seats designed to be lightweight and provide a quick resting option. Popular among hikers and campers, they were practical for trails and natural areas. However, their limited functionality and unusual appearance failed to gain traction in urban environments, restricting their use to outdoor activities. The pedestrian scoop car was a curious attempt to reduce accidents in Paris in 1924. Equipped with a scoop on the front, the vehicle was designed to safely pick up pedestrians, preventing collisions. Despite the innovative intent, the design was impractical and was not widely adopted. The ice baby carrying device, invented by hockey player Jack Milford in 1937, was an accessory designed to transport a baby across icy surfaces. Created to facilitate mobility on ice, it combined stability and ease of movement, but never gained popularity beyond skating rinks. A peculiar yet tragically necessary invention, this gas-attack baby carriage was created in England in 1938. Equipped with seals and a filtration system, it aimed to protect infants from potential chemical attacks during the tense pre-World War II era. In this image, the all-terrain car is a robust vehicle equipped with multiple wheels to overcome various terrains. Created in 1936 in England, it was capable of descending slopes of up to 65 degrees, showcasing innovative engineering for the challenges of its time. Despite its impressive performance, its size and complexity limited its practical use, and the project was discontinued. One of the most unusual inventions was the family bicycle, designed to allow an entire family to travel together on a bike with 4 seats. Released with the unique addition of an embedded sewing machine, it aimed to combine mobility and domestic utility. However, the effect was clearly the opposite, and the concept was eventually abandoned. This bold invention, known as the propeller train, was created by German engineer Franz Krukenberg in 1929. Powered by an airplane propeller, this experimental vehicle reached an impressive speed of 143 miles per hour, making it one of the fastest trains of its time. During tests, it covered the distance of 168 miles between Hamburg and Spandau in just 1 hour and 36 minutes. Despite its remarkable performance, the project was abandoned due to high noise levels, instability, and safety concerns. These are the radio strollers invented in the United States in the 1920s. In the image, mothers demonstrate the functionality of baby strollers equipped with radios. The device installed on top had speakers to play music while they strolled with their babies. This unusual invention emerged during a time when radios were an exciting novelty, bringing entertainment and engagement to walks. This peculiar invention, known as the baby cage, was created in 1937 to provide fresh air to children living in high-rise apartments without access to outdoor spaces. Considered a solution for improving children's health, it reflected the belief of the time that fresh air was essential for the physical strength of babies, though it seems absurd by today's standards. These were wooden swimsuits, a curious attempt to aid swimming in 1929. Created in Washington, they were made of wooden panels to provide buoyancy. Despite the intention to help swimmers float, they were uncomfortable and impractical, and were quickly abandoned. Who does not enjoy a good bowl of ramen? To avoid messy splashes, the noodle splash protector was created. While functional, its odd appearance might have drawn laughter from some. Simple alternatives, like eating more carefully, remain more practical and less conspicuous. Surely, at some point in your life, you have brushed your teeth with your finger as a child. This invention brings back those moments, the finger toothbrush. Designed for rushed mornings, it offers a practical solution for those who forget or do not have time to use a traditional toothbrush. This would still be useful even today. This invention, the back brush, was created as a practical tool to facilitate back scrubbing, especially useful for individuals with limited mobility. The device gained some success among those seeking better personal hygiene, but its adoption was not widespread due to difficulties in storage and cleaning. Many preferred simpler alternatives like sponges with long handles. The laryngophone, launched in 1929, was a noise-reducing telephone that, when pressed against the throat, transmitted only the vibrations of the vocal cords. Developed for noisy environments, such as military operations, it allowed clear communication where traditional telephones failed. Known as the portable piano, This device was developed for bedridden individuals who wanted to play music without leaving their beds in England in 1935. Compact and adjustable, it allowed easy access to the keyboard, but its production was limited due to the complexity and cost of the equipment. This is what armored cars looked like in their early days. Constructed with heavy metal plates for protection, they provided safety but had cramped interiors that could feel like a nightmare for claustrophobics. In 1934 in Austria, during the Heimwehr mobilization in Vienna, such vehicles patrolled the city's main streets. The yodel meter was an innovative tool for music enthusiasts. Designed to measure a singer's vocal pitch, this pioneering device was used to assess vocal accuracy long before the advent of auto-tune. Its unique appearance and functionality made it a one-of-a-kind musical curiosity in 1925. This device, designed to teach children to walk, was created in Switzerland in 1939. It transferred the parent's leg movements to the child's feet through connected supports. Although innovative, the equipment was uncomfortable and impractical, limiting its adoption by the general public. Home relaxation took a technological turn with the massage helmet of the 1960s. This air-powered device offered scalp massages, promising stress relief without the need to visit a spa. While the original design was bulky, the concept has persisted, inspiring modern, compact versions widely used today. This was the portable and extendable bridge, conceived by L. Death in 1926 and designed as a practical solution for military and emergency use. Made of lightweight materials and mounted on a wheelbarrow, it could be easily transported and installed in a matter of minutes, allowing for the quick crossing of small obstacles. Despite its ingenuity, its application was limited and rarely used, eventually falling into obscurity. This analog navigation system, created in 1932, worked using scrolling maps synchronized with the car's speed. As the vehicle moved, the map shifted, displaying the approximate location. Ingenious for its time, it was limited to fixed routes and was soon surpassed by more modern technologies, yet it impressed during its era. This innovative mask was designed to help Hollywood actresses combat hangover effects in 1947 in the United States. Strategically positioned ice cubes provided a refreshing sensation on the face, helping to reduce puffiness and revitalize the appearance of cinema's leading ladies. The breathing balloon was a peculiar method intended to enhance the bust. It claimed to develop form by measuring and increasing lung capacity through deep breathing exercises. Users would blow into a balloon with a measuring tape attached, believing it would magically enlarge their bust size. While safe, its effectiveness was doubtful, leaving it as a quirky invention of its time. This robot was designed to teach golfers the perfect swing in the 1920s. Featuring a mechanical structure, it replicated precise movements to help players refine their technique. Despite its limitations, it marked an early step in the pursuit of innovation in sports. For those who always miss the drop or blink at the wrong moment, these funnel glasses for eyedroppers provide the perfect solution. They ensure that drops hit the target without fail, eliminating the frustration of hesitating at the crucial moment. While the traditional method of aiming directly at the corner of the eye works, these glasses make the process much more precise and, let's admit, amusing.